reality of buying a house in the Netherlands. So that is the topic for us today. Chantal.
Yes.
When I came, I need to give a brief because I was a complete, let me say, novice to the. Yeah, I was completely. I don't know much about the system by then. I don't know even the procedure to go through to buy a house. So she has to take every responsibility for that, and mine was to sign because one, everything is written in Dutch.
And don't forget, that Dutch is not just
the sweet Dutch.
normal common Dutch.
Yeah.
That you understand. It's about grammar, but it's even cracking my brain to understand what they talk about.
So those procedures, she has to do every explanation. I remember I always ask her, what is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of the, So, but now, fast forward, I fully understand everything now, and I know what it entails, what the struggles, what the details, what you need to go through. So we want to talk to you about the reality of buying houses here in the Netherlands. So first and foremost, Chantal, what do you think of the housing situation now in the Netherlands?
Oh, it's very bad. I don't have another word for it.
Yeah.
One, there's a very short of houses. Two, they are very expensive. Even a small apartment, you pay high price. How much I say more?
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Yeah, it's very difficult, especially when you are looking. If you want to buy a house now, the most expensive areas are mostly in Amsterdam, Utrecht,
the big cities.
The big cities. Then you are talking about almost some houses. If you go on the net, it's almost going for $1 million plus. And I ask myself,
without garden,
yes.
Without any. Sometimes you just have a balcony.
Yes.
There's nothing special.
So the houses are very expensive, and the procedures of buying the houses are quite interesting, because first and foremost you need to look for the location where you want to buy the house.
Yeah.
And that is also another factor you must consider when you want to buy a house in the Netherlands, because you can buy a house out of the cities, which are a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
Cheaper than buying a house closer to the city, which is almost like I must say it's everywhere, every country, everywhere. It is just logical. When you are in the city, you pay more. When you're out of the city, you pay less. So that is another reality you have to check out when you want to buy a house in the Netherlands.
Yeah, and I think for yourself you must also know, do you want to be, if you have children, do you want to be closer to schools? Do you want to be close by a daycare, or close by a playing park, or
Yes.
what are you? Sometimes you think a house is a house, but a house is not a house.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, a house is a house, but the area also counts.
Yes.
Especially with
With
children.
yeah.
You don't want to be
Proximity is very, very important.
too far away from the schools.
From some amenities.
Or
Yeah.
from shops,
Yeah.
or supermarket, or name it.
Yeah.
Need
So
to-
proximity is very, very important. You need to put that in mind. And in the Netherlands too, what I've realized is that when we wanted to buy a house, not that we were not saving, we were saving. But my intention was that, we are going to buy a house, we go to the bank, we go for the loan and the mortgage, and they finance it. Until Chantal came by and told me, hey Jerry, wait, hold on. We need to pay some part of the money. I said, what? He said, yeah. In the Netherlands, the bank could give you all the money, 100%.
No.
But
but
you pay more. Yeah. So
you need to have the money you let's say a house of 400,000, you need to have 2% of it in your bank account.
You must have that money.
You must have it
Ready.
ready, otherwise
You can't forget
you
it.
can't even
Start.
no, then sorry for you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was very surprised. I said, is that so? So we need to cough out that kind of money, and that money goes to that's the money they used to. You have to. We used to pay for the notary fee.
Notary fee, the makelaar,
Yeah, that is the agent, the real estate agent officer, their paperwork,
and yeah,
and
some kind
tax,
of tax
taxes,
and
yeah.
some kind of guarantee for the mortgage.
the mortgage. That you are going to, you have the money to. So I was like, wow,
And
this is, yeah.
some years ago, I think it just started when we were buying a house, but some years before that, you can just go to the bank, even if you want to ask more money than the house. Let's say you want to do the kitchen, they will, as if they just dash it to you.
Yeah.
But now,
Yeah. No, it's not the same. No, it's not the same.
I
And
don't give you anything for free.
another angle too is that with buying houses here in the Netherlands, there is also what it says. There's something that you can also do. Assuming you find a house that you like, you can also ask an officer. I've forgotten their name, that they can go and assess the building. If truly the building, the amount they are calling for, it is what it is. So that person will go and assess, examine everywhere, and you have to pay that particular person as well.
Yeah, but that person is also like is checking everywhere. Let's say you've paid the house, and afterwards you are what must I say? The heater is broken.
Yeah, for example.
For example, then because that person has been in your house, you pay for, and that is a breakage of the former person living in your house, then you can ask. They need to pay the money.
Money for the repairers of that.
Yes, it's een achterstallig onderhoud.
Nah, I don't know that.
Yeah, it's some things what they didn't tell you.
Yeah, like they did not tell me. They did not tell me the heater was broken when I came in, and they know of it. So
Yes.
they have to pay for the repairers of that.
Only if that person has been in the house.
Oh, okay.
It's not that I'm coming in and I didn't do that thing. I can.
Yeah.
And
So
it's just,
until the officer who comes to examine the place tells us.
Yes, and mostly they do it if a house is a little bit old or there need to be a little bit more work done. Because then you know there will be
to
something.
modernize it a little bit. Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's another reality too is that when you are going to buy a house in the Netherlands, you must be prepared for bidding. Because here in the Netherlands at the moment is crazy. I'm telling you, you will not believe it. When you are going to buy a house and you go there, you must have an extra. You must have your bank account must be big enough to do the bidding because.
Yeah, because let's say the house is 200,000.
Yeah.
The bank is only guaranteeing you that 200,000. But of late they are so crazy, they can say, they want the house, they say 250, 280.
Yeah.
So that 80 is coming from somebody's account.
So if assuming the two of us, we are going to buy a house, I don't know her, she doesn't know me, they say 200, and Chantal will say she will pay 220. Then the real estate agent will say, yeah, somebody want to pay 220. Then if I can also say I want to pay 250.
Yeah, and you don't know from each other what you are offering.
Yes.
So
Yes,
It's luck.
it's luck. So it's like you are putting in the bid, and the money on top, I have to provide it from my own bank account. The bank is not going to do that for me.
And this is making the young ones
Yeah.
why they come
Yeah.
by.
Because it's really, really expensive now. It's very, very expensive. And also of late too, the housing supply is not forthcoming. There's a whole shortage of housing here in the deficit is so big that a whole lot of people just cannot get a house to buy anymore. And even if what is available is expensive, so you can just imagine if you are young, you just want to start life, the difficulties you go through to get a house. We know a lot of people who are still staying by their parents. They are old enough, they want to leave, but they just cannot come out from their parents' house because, yeah, the houses are not there. They are just not there at the moment. Yeah, yeah. So that is one of the challenges, and also what you also have to consider is that after assuming you've gotten the house and you want to move in, you must really pray, if I may say it like that, that you don't have to do much, because the materials also
They cost.
is very, very expensive. Even to renovate your own house that you just
You say you renovate yourself.
yeah.
It's even better than to hire somebody.
Yes. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
That is the biggest reality I've ever experienced here in the Netherlands. Because if you hire somebody, it's like you are working, those hours you are working, you are doing it for the person in your house working for you. Yeah. The workmanship here is very expensive. So if you are not handy enough, then you are in for the big trouble. Your money, you are in a big trouble because nobody's coming to work for you for free unless you have a family members around you who are very handy and they want to help you. Yeah. So that is our lucky thing was that our house was not that old, and the renovation was quite okay, but we got some people who helped us, and that reduced the price for us, because other than that, so buying a house in the Netherlands is nice to buy a house. Who doesn't want to buy a house? But the expenses alone, we know some people that they bought a house and it takes them more than 10 years even to finish.
To finish
their house, because there's a whole lot. Some people's marriages get divorced because the man is not able to finish the house, because if you go and bring somebody into the house to fix it for you, it's going to cost you a lot of money. So some men just want to do it themselves, and at the end of the day, they can't finish it, and it leads to marriages breaking down. So those are some of the realities I've always come across here in the Netherlands. So, and in the Netherlands too, you can buy houses that are very old, but you must be ready. The old houses,
no. I think it's not for you.
So those are some of the realities that we think we can discuss with you, and the procedures that you can go through. And the real estate agents that will come and look for, if you hire them to look for a house for you also, it's very expensive. You need to pay, of course. They are not working for free. And if you know somebody, sometimes too, if you know somebody who is selling a house, then you can directly
it can
buy.
Also help.
Sometimes it's not common.
No,
sometimes it's not common. If you know the person, then you go directly, then you cut down a lot of cost. And we are very happy to have bought a house at the right time. We bought a house, and after that particular year,
Sure.
everything just changes. Now, if you want to go for a house of 4 bedroom, you are looking almost, depending on the area, in the villages now that used to be cheaper some years ago. Now we are talking about 500, 400, 500, 400, 500, 400, and sometimes to the building needs to be worked on. Yeah. So those are some of the realities that you can face if you come to the Netherlands, if you want to buy a house. And one of them too is that if the expert, you can buy a house if you're an expert. You can buy a house here, but it depends on how long you want to stay in the Netherlands, because some banks don't want to finance, and they make a loss.
Some banks even ask a higher rate of for the
mortgage.
For the mortgage.
Yeah. So yeah, it's the housing situation in Netherlands is not looking good at the moment. It's really not looking good, and sometimes I quite remember a colleague of mine wanted to buy a house, and he was smoking by then, and he's on his own. So they did all the calculations, and the bank said, your cigarette costs a lot of money in a month. If you can cut down, if you can stop smoking, we can give you a loan. And he came to tell me, I said, are you serious? He said, yes. Because of that, he could not get the loan, because they want somebody who is very responsible, who can keep money, because the bank equally needs their money.
Yeah, but you raise up another point there, because you need to fill in some questionnaire if you are healthy enough to pay off your
mortgage.
Yeah. If you had any sickness or like cancer, you can find it very tough to get mortgage, because then they don't know if you can pay it back.
Yeah.
Some sicknesses, they really have troubles with the banks, let me say.
So it's really, really, really hard. Yeah, it's for me. I feel sorry for the young generation. I feel sorry for them.
Oh, me too. Because they need a lot of savings.
Yeah.
And it's
very stressful.
Don't know.
It's very stressful. The buying of houses in the Netherlands now is not interesting one bit. It's not interesting.
And they just talk as if our monthly money is growing. Now, it's not growing according to the housing,
No. Because now, mortgage, some people are paying, it depends, but some people are paying almost getting to 1,000 for a mortgage a month. And the houses are just small houses, 3-bedroom or 2-bedroom per house. And they are paying that kind of money. Wow. Okay. So that is it. That is the reality of buying houses here in the Netherlands. And by buying a house too, one of the advantages too is that houses always appreciate. Houses do not depreciate most of the time. They don't depreciate. They always appreciate. So if you buy a house in the Netherlands too, it's a very good investment, because at the end of it all, if you want to sell it in the near future, it's likely you could make some profit.
Now, especially now.
Yeah, especially now.
We put now something in the garden.
Hey! They'll come for it right now, because now people are just watching. They are just watching everywhere. Yeah. So, in as much as buying the houses are very, very difficult at this moment in the Netherlands, if you also buy the house and you keep it for a long period of time, it's also a very good investment. So, that is it. That is the story of buying houses here in the Netherlands. So we thank you once again for listening to us. And I'm Jerry.
And I'm Chantal.
Thank you, and don't forget to like and to comment down below. And we will see you once again in the next
video.
Bye.